Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Football Manager 2017. We're Air United, and we only have a few days left in the Championship League. Now, I normally advance things until time is ready for the game, but I want to show you this. Tom Pope is unhappy because I'm not giving him enough first-team football. I'll remind you that Tom Pope is the person who's been injured for quite some time here. With his hamstring injury, he's still expected to be out for probably 2 weeks, especially with the extra recovery time, even after the injured flag goes away. So, like, what the hell are you expecting, buddy? Is there a button for, like, you've been injured too much? Be patient, you'll get your chance. Okay, good. He reacted fairly well, so that's good. Like, what am I supposed to do? You're hurt. Grr. Scouting report on who? Oh, on Wraith. Yeah, so we could just do generic match tactics to get a little bit more comfortable with this, although I think this happens gradually by itself anyway. I don't like that we're not fluid in every single spot. So, you know what? I'm going to just keep it on match tactics here. Try to increase that fluidity a bit more. We did secure a playoff spot, which is good, but I really want to secure second place. I'm okay with applying these. That's going to be okay. Wraith, 5th place. At home, control, but a little less aggressive than before. Joe Lindley has been injured. I don't think that affects us at all. We got Ryan Stevenson was named on the team. We had one time when we had like 6 people. It was like something like 6 of them were air and the others were all Hibs one week. It was crazy. I should scout this guy? Yeah, we'll take a look at him. Sure, why not? And someone else might be available on a free 20-year-old Frenchman. What position? Attacking midfielder, center. Not very flexible, and we kind of have that role figured out, so I'll just skip on that. If you were more flexible, then it might be a little bit more interesting to take a look at. Sure, I will praise recent form. I think that happened, but just by hitting apply. I don't think I actually have to go and explicitly do it for each person. Don't want them to get a big head, but hopefully it'll be okay. We don't have an under-20s manager. Sure. And we've got space for another under-20s physio. I guess that's fine. Physio 9, 10, 14. Here, we'll apply this. Approach him to sign. Oh. Would you take 100? Seriously, 100? Okay. Did we actually approach him? Oh, it's quite a bit more. Well, I mean, it's a different role, so that makes sense. 325? 350? There, good. I don't know if we strictly need that, but screw it. Oh, this guy wants to get a new license, which will give him more skill. Sure, it's fine. I wish I could get more skill, but my board never accepts it. Oh. If we win against Wraith, I think we secure a second place. It still depends a little bit on what the other teams do. Yeah, sure. That's fine. Really depends on what the other teams do. So 4 points. I mean, if we both win, then we'll still be 4 points across with 2 games left, so it's not a lock. If I win and they lose, standard control. Look, which one? We're probably going to play. I think standard's going to be fine, actually. Trevor Stevenson on the verge of team and Ladbrokes Championships. Assist landmark, really? Okay, an assist record. Excellent. Douglas sent... Oh, this is the physio? Sure, yeah, it's fine. I don't really care that much, although my lack of caring about the under-20s is what has cost us one of our players here. Continue. Fitness test, Gigan, 60 minutes. Do we have him starting? We do have him starting at this point. So we're going to have to keep an eye on him because he'll probably tire a little bit quicker. And who do we have to sub into his position as a ball-winning midfielder? I mean, Gary could do it, but David or Ebu should really be ready to do a sub. Oh, yeah, we don't need all of these guys. I'm going to take out Paul Kearney and bring in Udebi. Really doesn't have any sharpness. So Ebu Adams is at 80%, so he'll do. We'll do something like that. We'll still start Andy Gigan. That's going to be okay. But an early sub out there, that's going to be all right. Lots of people missing on the other side, which might work out well. Rainy and breezy. The long kicks are going to be hard, but the rain could make the short kicks a little harder as well. We're gonna take off the look for overlap. That's going to be fine. I should have done that sooner. We might want to encourage a shorter passing game here because of the breeze. I think it'll be okay, especially the thing is, we've got you as a bit of a connector. I can see Doherty probably will end up passing to LeBaron a lot, but we'll see how it goes. It's possible this structure is wonky in about 13 different ways, but I guess we're going to find out here. Warm it up. Okay. We are the favorite. I mean, not a huge favorite, but a slight favorite. Yeah, so this is what Wraith plays a lot, and it's always been interesting because it's sort of a mirror to what our normal strat was, but slightly more defensive, and as a result, we seem to perform poorly against them. So we're sort of taking a page out of their book by, again, sort of playing a similar sort of style, but a little bit more defensive. Our take on a little bit more defensive is different from theirs, and I don't like the gap that's happening here. So, Andy Gagan as a defensive ball-winning midfielder, he is a little bit like a defensive midfielder back here. So it's a little bit like that. And then having these people hopefully create more scoring opportunities, we'll see. Tight mark. There's a lot of tight marking. How much speed are we looking at these people? Pace of 12 is not unmanageable. Pace of 14. Frank Ross is way too fast to tightly mark. I'm sorry. And Lewis is also really fast. But he is the striker, so I think we've got to try to hug him as much as possible. We'll also close him down pretty quick when things happen. Might pull some people out of position, but I'm hoping it'll be okay. All right, listen. We owe Wraith get some revenge. I'm worried that's going to be too bad. Like, I expect a win today. We need a win today. We are going to go out there. Maybe I'll try a different, like, I've got faith in you over here. People are looking happy. I've got faith in you. Okay, good. That seems to have mostly worked. So, it's a home game. Black and white striped shirts are ours. Starting possession. Going along the back line right now. We are on standard mentality here, which I think will be a decent fit. I mean, we still have a big pass forward to Thomas. Now, Fraser's got it. He's going to send it back to Ross Doherty, who's got a very good passing record. He does get it up to Thomas. Thomas, ooh! He gets tripped up a little bit there, although it looked like we may have kept the ball in our possession for a little while longer, long enough to generate a goal kick. Only 2 minutes in, but already the action started very excitingly. And I'm liking the movement of the ball around the pitch. Lots of passing seems to be delivered successfully, 84%, 88% completion rate. I mean, it's very early, so those stats will change and even out probably somewhere around, 75 or something at some point. But so far, I'm really feeling this. Doherty sends it over to LeBaron. Ah, offside. That was so close. Such a good opportunity. There might not have been a way to avoid the offside. Tony Ralston getting a little bit tired, a little bit fast, which is a bit surprising and disappointing to me. Hopefully everything's okay. And without the attacking midfielder, I really feel like Jamie Thomas is the best fit for our striker right now, as opposed to Craig McGuffey. Still feels like Craig McGuffey needs a little bit closer support, because he lacks the position, and lacks the vision, and lacks the first touch to really be an ideal target. And again, maybe I should be playing Thomas as specifically a target man, because he might be able to bring in, you could see a spot for Gary Fraser or for Vincent LeBaron or something like that to score. But, I mean, I think as a generic advanced forward or whatever it is, I think it's going to be fine. Ooh, Savage had to get his hands on that, and it's going to lead to a corner. That was a kick delivered with real power. It is their first shot, but it actually could create a real opportunity for Wraith here very early on. Lammy does get it cleared out of the box, although Wraith is still going to be on the offense. If we can get the ball away from Vaughn there. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. There's, I've seen that word, that name pronounced Vaughn before. So I'm going to go with it. Not connecting too many vertical crosses. I don't know. Just 2-2 on shots. 60% possession for Wraith makes me a little bit unhappy. Their pass completion has been phenomenal at 83. At 74%, it's not like we've got shabby pass completion. All right, Gary Fraser stops that corner like really easily. Gets it over to Thomas, who's very much alone. He passes it wide over to Vincent LeBaron, who's going to be able to move it up really dramatically. And we're looking for a cross here. Cross to Thomas, who does get his head on it, but unfortunately it goes well off target. Darn shame. All right, our conditions maintaining okay. Ooh, an injury on the opposite side with a gashed head. Doesn't mean he can't play. It's not a foot injury. This is football, not headball. Fraser moves it up to LeBaron. What the hell, man? You used to score so much for us. What was that? That was a 100% perfect opportunity to score. I can't believe it. You weren't offside. You had a lot of space. Thomas just beats everyone, takes a shot. Beautiful shot, delivered with a fair amount of gusto and well on target. Forces a corner kick. Actually thought we'd be in the other corner, but all right. Gary Fraser. I just realized this might not have, a set piece of people to take these positions here, because I can't put you there because you're a substitute, I guess. I think we're gonna have to go there and there, followed by a left-only person, just because a different tactic, and these things are linked to specific tactics. I think we'll kind of be forced to do something like this. And then the throw-ins, I don't think it matters what side people are doing the throw-ins on. There we go. Oh, we'll get Magat in there too, just in case. All right, confirm. Yes. All right, Fraser is able to center it back here. Andy Gigan gets it over to Daryl Magat, who's going to probably send it over to his left. Oh, centers it up to Doherty. Moves it forward to Fraser, but he's really pretty boxed in. Sends it forward to Daryl Fortis, who takes a shot. It gets deflected. It could have almost been picked up by LeBaron, but unfortunately, there was someone else there at the last moment to grab it. Up to Daryl Fortis. Nice pass to Fraser, although he's going to get the ball taken away from him. Can he re-challenge? No, although Lammy's going to be able to hold the ball in the right side. We are outshooting them 6-2 now. So in classic style, we're going to outshoot, but probably not outscore. Back to Doherty. Over to Caleb Crane. Gets it over to LeBaron, who's probably going to take the shot. No, scooches up to Thomas. Oh, that was actually really beautiful there. Scooches up to Thomas, who then knocks it back. Unfortunately, the angle was not in the favor there. I can't criticize him for not necessarily, delivering it with accuracy, because a more accurate shot, honestly, would have just gotten off another body. I think he was trying to curl it around, maybe, sort of a free kick style, but not really accomplishing anything. Speaking of free kicks, Daryl Fortis. Oh my God! Beautifully delivered on target. I'm curious, did he go around the wall? Just over it? It looked like there's 30 different ways that shouldn't have gone in. I think that was mostly a Wraith error than anything else. Clearly, Daryl did a great job getting it on target, but my God. Okay. Yeah, well played. We're going to be passionate. Things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better. Excellent. Because, no one's had, there's no one over a 7 other than Daryl Fortis. I'm curious to see what his rating would have been right before the score. And what that would have meant. So, are we going to make any changes at this point? So far, we seem to done a pretty good job at defending. The Wraith hasn't gotten very many shots. I mean, neither have we, but we've gotten some. And, grinding it out to a 1-0 win at the end of the match wouldn't be bad. I think we're just going to stay in standard mentality here. We're not going to go into lockdown, because it's still really easy to, let slip one goal. And so, it would be nice to offer us as many opportunities as possible to get in a second one. And so far, outshooting 2-1, relatively good. Our Wraith's pass completion is still really, really quite good. I don't know if we have to add more closing down or something. Now, if he keeps running like this, it looks like they're playing a short passing game, to me, is what it feels like. And the worsening pitch from the rain will impact Wraith's short passing style, I would say. Daryl Fortis is going to try a pretty aggressive cross there. LeBaron with the header, beautifully on target. Oh, man. There was about 5 different ways we could have scored there in the end. Really a lot of opportunity. Really sad that it's only led to actually just a throw-in for us. But we're keeping up the pressure. Doherty to LeBaron. LeBaron back to Gigan, who's got a lot of passing targets here. Sends it forward to Thomas, who's going to have to send it out to a wing. Daryl Fortis with a beautiful, oh my God, this guy's on fire today. Great, great beating of the defender who was on him. Gets himself in a great position. and delivers the ball beautifully on target with enough speed. Like the goalkeeper, if I recall, I think the goalkeeper leapt in the correct direction, but still failed to get there. It's about 60 minutes in. We're going to go ahead. Andy Keegan's doing pretty well, but again, we were advised, if I'm recalling correctly, to limit him to about 60 minutes. So that is, in fact, what we're going to do here. We're gonna sub him out. We'll bring in Abu Adams over here. That's gonna be a-okay. I don't think I'm gonna make any strategy changes over here. I'm really gonna be fine if we don't score again, and so perhaps going a little bit more defensive is fine. But there's a lot of play left. You know, we can go counter just a little bit. That's gonna encourage everyone to go a little bit deeper. You know, a little bit slower tempo, a little bit more thinking. I don't think there's anything else we need to do. Abu's mood is good. That's great to see. Overall energy levels are pretty decent. Yeah, all right. So here, you know, we've been talking about how Daryl Fortis hasn't been the scorer for our team compared to Vincent LeBaron, for example. And now all of a sudden he's delivering like crazy. Now, it could be one of the big things that could be going on here is because we don't have an attacking midfielder, right? I think Daryl would often have passed to Ryan Stevenson. And Daryl's played well for us, but I think he's done a lot of, like, he passes it to Daryl Stevenson, and then Stevenson either takes the shot or does another pass or something like that, right? But now there's a little bit of that opening. Daryl Fortis is moving into the box to take up that sort of attacking midfielder position alongside or just behind the striker when the play suggests itself. That was a little scary, but overall okay. I don't know. This 4-3-3 wide. I don't know if that's what the game is calling it, but it seems to be working out pretty well. That just felt like, let's review that. It felt like our entire team was just asleep at the switch here. All right, so it starts with a corner. Mvoto gets it. Oh, it went really fast there. Maybe the speed in this playthrough was maybe the speed in the reality game was a little faster than the initial playthrough was showing us. It's sort of a header onto a foot, and no one really challenging. Now it's all of a sudden 2-1. We might want to look into another substitute. And I'm wondering... Wait, hold on. Sorry, Nikki over there is going to be okay. We'll play you as, like, completely defensive. We're very comfortable, and we don't want to take too many risks. I'm wondering about doing another sub in the center here. Ryan Stevenson. I'm going to send you to a deep-lying playmaker on the defense. Again, we're pulling back a little bit. I think that's going to be okay. It's not like we're not going to be still going for some scoring opportunities. We're just going to make it a priority not to get beat by... Ooh, that went a little too far. To get beat by, you know, some random fast dude. We might want to make an adjustment to our opposition. I'll do that as soon as we can make changes again. Do not score, do not score, do not score. Lammy knocks him down and it looks okay. All right, clearing the ball. That's good. We still haven't made our tactical change yet. Fortis loses the ball there. It's going to be a throw-in, but we're okay. Oh, pause. Pause. Stewart is still the striker over there. How come these guys are faded? Hold on. Cancel. Yeah, I don't know why these guys are faded. Who's this? Calican? Okay, weaker foot. Alright. I guess it's going to be mostly okay. So we've got the goal kick. Quite deep to Daryl Fortis, who... I'm not sure who actually won that exchange, but unfortunately we weren't able to pick up the loose ball. Like no, the ball didn't go to anyone on either specific team, so I think it was just a failed header in general. But they had more people ready. This is terrifying. Still terrifying. Okay, just like that. We're gonna go. We're gonna take risk. We're gonna go attack mentality. Draws be damned. Vincent LeBaron feeling abysmal morale. Advanced playmaker. In an attack roll, in fact. Confirm. I mean, maybe attacking is a little too crazy. We don't want to leave up an opening. So we'll go to control. Fortis moving up well here. Gets picked up by Abu Adams to Fraser. So this is still on attacking. The change hasn't clicked in yet. Up to Thomas. Thomas over to LeBaron. Here's your chance. Oh my God. He's having like the abysmal morale. That was actually a really good opportunity. Okay, back on control over here. We've got a corner. Come on, can we get this to 3-2? How do we blow these leads? We actually, like, I mean, maybe we should have just stayed on standard. Maybe we should have made no changes whatsoever. But I bet the same thing would happen. And then it would have been like, why didn't I go to more defensive? I mean, we didn't go to full lock-on defensive, but went fairly. And a couple of vulnerabilities. Nice passing for a second there, but then LeBaron gets beat. I would have loved to swap them. If I had a sub, I'd get rid of him because his morale is just shit right now. I suppose what I could do is I could maybe, with Passionate, I could try to encourage the team. There we go. Actually, LeBaron feeling a little bit better. I think maybe because he had a pretty good opportunity. 11-11 on shots. How does Wraith always have our number? It seems like they always do. It's the one that we tend to perform, like, I feel like we perform very poorly against them in a way that I don't expect, right? It's not like the Hibs. Jamie Thomas moving the ball up well. Can you get it centered off to someone? Can LeBaron get in there? Grace to the top of the bar. It's going to be a goal kick. Okay. I was hoping that the goalkeeper had at least touched it. I really didn't want to come away with this with a draw, because now I really have to worry about what the third and fourth place people are doing. But I don't think I mean, I can't... A loss would be too dangerous. There, Fortis sends it up to Thomas. Gets taken away from Thomas. We do win that exchange there, but then can't keep going. How are these guys doing so well with so many goddamn injuries? Actually, we've got the higher average rating. We got more shots on. Nicky Devlin sort of wins that tackle and then doesn't. 2-2 draw. Incredibly disappointing. Yes, your performance was disappointing. Far from pleased. What does it mean for us? Question is, what did our opposition do? Okay. Whoever it was, I think Dunfermline was actually in third place a second ago. It looks like they lost. Yes, they lost. Whereas Kilmarnock won, which is okay. So we've got a 5-point differential here. If we draw again, that'll be 6 points, which means they could win twice, because there's 2 games left. If they win both their games, they'll end up at 55. If we just draw one in 2 games, all we have to do is draw 1 game, and we will be tied at 55 points, but we'll have the goal differential to go there. And if we win, we're in there for second place. This is way tighter than I want. If we just flat out lose twice, we're in big trouble. Livingston is bottom of the pile right now, which feels pretty good. It's going to be an away game. I think we're going to end up playing this again. It didn't do badly at all. We'll probably, even though it's an away game, I suspect we'll probably go to control mentality a little bit stronger. We're still going to try to work ball in the box, because one of our problems is, like, a lot of our shots are just simply not on target. Even from inside the box. So, I don't know. Maybe there's something else to do. Yeah. Overall, I feel like this worked pretty well. I mean, did it all start going to pot when we did a couple of subs out in the middle? And maybe we didn't have quite as strong players there? I don't know. I don't know. Part of the thing that was concerning is that Ralston's, or Wraith's, sorry, Wraith's pass completion rate was so incredible. I don't know what it was at the end. I suppose I could check, but it was still pretty impressive. Yeah, I'm kind of into this. Tom Pope's still injured. Joe Lindley as well. We could do a couple of subs back and forth just to keep something of sharpness up. Like, instead of Stevenson in there, we could bring in Paul Kearney, because he's someone that we do tend to rely on from time to time. So we'll try to give him a little bit more play time. I still like Ross Darkey's going to be starting with that 87%. So he's a little lower, but I think there's real potency and power there. Andy Giggins 1 yellow card away from his ascension, but I think that's okay. He also doesn't have as much experience with this particular tactic here. Although overall, we are all the way there, especially now that we're on control, so that's going to be really swell. Most likely what we'll do is focus on like attacking movement for the next game. Really try to deliver some goals in there, because I think that's what we're going to mostly be exploiting against Livingston. We'll see how it goes. Thank you very much for watching, though, and I'll see you next time.